Hi everybody, I'm Loretto. I'm the author of the blog Brescia, and if you read the About Me page, you'll also see that I teach Pilates. I teach mat Pilates. I've taught it for almost 2 years, and I've taught apparatus as well. Apparatus is the reformer, the barrel, the chair, all levels, beginners, intermediate and advanced. A few of my clients who are moving have asked me to do some of the moves that I do in class with them and to share a video. So join me. We're doing 10 weeks, which will take us to June 1st, of moves that I do in class that they like. It'll be on the page that is marked Loretto's Pilates vlog, video blog, but also on the right side of the blog you will see a list of pages. There will be a page marked Pilates, so each time I post something new, you'll see it in there as well as on the page marked Loretto's Pilates vlog. So if you're looking for something specific, arms, abs, legs, go to the search bar in the top right hand corner and type in Pilates arms and it'll bring up a video of the arms series. Alright? Same with the legs, same with the abs. But today I just want to get us started on the 10-week moves that we're going to do, and we'll build on them each week. We're going to start slow and we'll add a little bit more each week. So every Thursday I'll put up new video and we'll start, the first day will be every Friday. Alright, the first thing I want to tell you about Pilates is the original name for Pilates was not Pilates. Joseph Pilates was interned in the Isle of Man during World War I because he was a fitness expert and he was put to work working out bedridden patients. And beside me here is a stout reformer, and the Cadillac and the trapeze, which would go on top of it, a tower, is actually something that he developed when he was interned on the Isle of Man to work out bedridden patients. And that's where Pilates began. Pilates is about rehabbing the body. He started doing Pilates for broken down ballet dancers in New York when he arrived here after the war. He did not call his exercise regime Pilates, he called it controlology. That's very important because to do Pilates swiftly is to defeat the purpose of the move. To do it slowly, with control, with precise movements is the best way to do Pilates. Okay, I'm going to begin now as if I were teaching a mat class, and what I teach all my clients in mat class is about correct posture, okay? And I tell everyone that we're walking around every day by keeping our spine in incorrect posture, alright? We're basically letting the rib cage collapse on the pelvis. We're doing it when we sit in a car, we're doing it when we sit at a desk in front of a computer, when we're eating, whatever. What I'm going to do now is actually show you what correct posture is. It's going to feel odd, but there's a reason why we need to walk around in correct posture. When we stand like this, we are tilting our hip bones towards our belly button. I'll put my fingers on my hip bones so you'll see. When I do this, the rib cage comes down in the pelvis, it makes the lower abs puff out, and it basically decreases the functions of the organs in the core. They can't work at optimum levels. So what I'm going to do now is simply tilt the hip bones towards the knees. Did you see that I grew longer in the core? We're going to do that one more time. I'm going to use my fingers. So underneath the rib cage, I'm going to trace the most prominent rib with my thumbs. And then I'm going to find my hip bones with my little pinky fingers. Here I am in incorrect posture. Now watch what happens to my fingers when I shift the hip bones towards the knees. Did you see that a distance came between each finger? So I've grown longer in the core. What's actually happened is I've created a little kind of a curve in my back, in the lower lumbar, and this is called neutral spine. We get the shoulders back and away from the ears. We're going to talk about lines because Pilates is about straight lines, center lines, straight lines. We're always going to think of keeping the ear over the shoulder over the hip over the knee, and the knee over the ankle. There's your straight line. Now, there's a big difference from walking around here. Your hamstrings get tightened, you kind of hunch the shoulders forward, the scapula become winged, the scapula, your shoulder blades, and you're really decreasing the amount of room in your core that fits all of the organs. But when you tilt the hip bones towards the knees, bring the shoulders back and away from the ears, you literally grow longer in the core and the organs have more room. With that, I want you to think of, there are muscles beneath your armpits called the serratus. There are finger-like projections of muscle that knit in through the rib cage. And I want you to create a visual now of putting a corset on. So as you are in correct posture, bring that rib cage together now. Make yourself smaller. From here, we're going to find that lower rib, the most prominent rib, and trace the fingers up that prominent rib now. And where they meet, right in the middle. If I was to push a pole through me, it would come out at the 12th vertebrae. So when we do a sit-up in Pilates, we don't just, that's forming the abs out. We scoop the abs in and up along the spine, and we bow from that 12th vertebrae. And now there's a very good reason why I'm exhaling when I exert. When you exert in the exercise, you empty the lungs out. You exhale. A cloth, for example, let's use this. So think of this as your lungs. When you empty the lungs out, you get smaller in the core. So then you can bow. And the muscles are like layers of skin on an onion. So when you work the deeper layers, they're going to pull back in and up along the spine. The layers on the top go with them, and so forth. So this type of a sit-up, this Pilates sit-up, bowing from T12, right here, right across where your sports bra ends. Elbows are wide. We'll actually form the abs in. Okay? Alright, let's talk about the weights for a moment. If you've had wrist injuries or shoulder surgery, I would urge you to start with 1 pound or 2 pound weights. Okay? If you're feeling stronger, start with 3 pound weights. And if you have been working with weights all along, go to 6 pound weights. Now for this series today, I'm actually going to alternate between the weights, and eventually by the end of the 10 weeks, we will be working solely with 6 pound weights and an 8 pound weight. Okay? The other thing I want to tell you about Pilates is it is not about the bikini body. Not at all. Again, it was developed for rehabbing broken down bodies. So if you want to do Pilates to get into a bikini, my advice to you is wear the bikini. Doesn't matter what size you are. If somebody comes up to you on a holiday and says you should not be wearing that bikini, you can tell them they're an arse, A-R-S-E, with a capital A, because there is no such thing as the perfect body. Life's too short, wear the bikini. What Pilates is about is making sure that as we grow older, we're not going to be doing this and shrinking and letting our skeletal muscles and skeletal structure bring us down. When that happens, we lose our lung functions, we lose our heart function. It's not the optimum amount of room for all those organs to work properly. You need to stay tall, and also learning to flex and point the feet will stop the shuffling of the feet as we get older. So again, it's not about the bikini body. You'll get leaner, you'll get stronger, you'll just feel better overall. Mind, body, spirit. Those are the 3 things. You'll feel better all around. So give me 10 weeks and we will build you back up to the best body you could.